Hello, welcome back to Ratropolis. I said it in the last episode, we're going to start just doing random runs because I am sick of rotating and being like, oh, well, I played this map as this character, I'm just going to play random runs. It's fine, it's okay. I think it's okay. Hey, we get the forest. This is excellent news. How's it going today? Today we are the builder. I hope that you are doing well. I, as you can imagine, am fine. I'm overcoming my feelings of tiredness, and I am preparing myself for another beautiful day here. It is Tuesday afternoon for yourself. For yours truly, it is Monday, 1:45. Normally I would be waking up right about now. However, thanks to the shift in my sleep cycles, I'm through one Ratropolis episode and on my way to the second. And I'm going to probably finish recording by 2:30, which was in the past when I would be getting out of bed usually, because of, my inability to get myself to awaken. And it feels good, it feels really good, I gotta tell you. Don't worry, this isn't gonna be another 15 minutes of me talking about sleep patterns. However, it feels good, man, I feel real good. Now, I'm probably not gonna feel good tonight at 3 a.m. when I'm in the home stretch of the stream and I'm like, ooh buddy, I am tired. But I will power through. I think I am going to have coffee after this. I think I have a little cold brew left over from when I was drinking coffee. I think I'm gonna give it another whirl and see how I do. I've been missing drinking cold brew. I don't know about you guys. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I've said I drink tea right now. However, tea does not have the kind of caffeine that I really am looking for. Cold brew coffee has the caffeine, and the thing that I really like about the cold brew is I can just put in whatever creamer I want, and it becomes whatever kind of coffee I want. I think I have a cinnamon, a Cinnabon cinnamon sort of thing going on right now. But it might also be caramel. I don't really remember because I haven't had coffee in a while. But either one of those, I'm like, ooh, buddy. That's pretty tasty. The downside, and I think I've talked about this before, maybe, I don't know. I think I've talked about this before, is just I've probably talked about this before, but it's something that I may have talked about on stream and not here on Ratropolis. Either way, when I worked Papa John's, I used to grab a coffee before I would go in to do my morning shift, because I had 10:30 shifts opening the store with a manager, and I loved those shifts, don't get me wrong, I was a big fan. Thought I was the merchant there for some reason, but I got a free house out of it, so cool. I love doing opening shifts. It was definitely way better than doing closing shifts, although there's a certain aesthetic to doing a closing shift and then eating chicken McNuggets at 3 in the morning in a McDonald's parking lot, and then you go look over to the left and the homeless dude that lives in your town is sleeping on the bench outside of Big Lots, and you go, ah, that's where he sleeps. But I liked morning shifts more. However, I would get a coffee before I would go into the work, and occasionally, probably once a month, this would really happen, where we would get super busy, and since I was the only driver, I would have to be, I would be basically moving non-stop, and I would not get to stop and eat, and I wouldn't eat before I went in. I would just eat there because I would just grab a free lunch, right? Why eat a bowl of cereal when I could just go in and grab some food at the store? I'm gonna take steel here. You're gonna offer it to me, I'm gonna take it. I feel like I've been getting it offered to me a lot less since we're playing Leader Plus a lot. It invalidates livestock, but that is okay. But every now and then, we would have a super busy day and I would not get a moment to stop and eat, and then I would just be at the end of my shift shaking from hunger because caffeine makes me hungry. I think this is just a normal thing. I don't think that this is anything special. I think that caffeine just makes you hungry. I know the worst time that this happened to me was on Halloween. Oh, big stretch. Don't forget to stretch yourself out, by the way. But on Halloween, I worked, and we got, unbelievably busy. And so I was basically, I got into work 10:30, had my coffee, and did not get a chance to eat until 8 p.m. and it was just like go, go, go the entire time. And I'm gonna remove livestock here, actually. This is actively going to hurt me if I hold on to it. And then, you know, by the end of that shift, I went, wow, I do not feel good. But then I got to eat, and it's like, oh, didn't you get like lunch breaks? Nah, it was, I don't know like necessarily if we were supposed to. I don't know if that was, I don't know if we were getting ripped off by not getting actual time breaks, but the way I looked at it was like, yeah, I don't get like an actual designated break time, but the upside is that I just kind of like, if there's nothing to do, just sit down and go look at my phone. I wasn't gonna raise too much of a fit about it because, you know, I may not get to stop and eat every now and then, but I also get to, like, some days we just don't take any orders and I get paid minimum wage to sit in this store and look at Reddit for 6 hours, which I'm not gonna complain about. I'm not gonna risk like oh yeah, well, if there's nothing to do, now you definitely have to be doing something. And like, you know, the regional manager was like, yeah, well, if there's nothing to do, you should like clean the store, you know, deep clean the floors and things. And I did that occasionally. Look, you're working in a store with a bunch of 18-year-olds fresh out of high school whose only real thought is to party. The fact that I deep cleaned that floor one time with my manager, like I was like, hey, we're deep cleaning these floors, and she went, what do you mean we're deep cleaning these floors? And I went, give me the bucket, I'm gonna deep clean this shit, you're gonna mop it. The fact that I did that even once is like, they should realize that I was maybe the most motivated of the drivers there. I don't think many people, I mean, that's not true. Some people were deep cleaning like every day, but I was not one of those people. But for the most part, it was a good job. It was a good gig. But occasionally we landed on the oops, I haven't gotten to eat today train, which, you know, sucked. But it's all, you could also look at it and be like, oh, that's my fault for not eating. And you wouldn't be wrong. I should have eaten before I got there. But this circles back to another problem that I face and point out often, which is like I hate eating. Because if I just eat a bowl of cereal, for example, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I had a bowl of cereal and now I'm not hungry 8 hours later. It's gonna be like, yeah, I ate a bowl of cereal and now I'm hungry sooner. Like I always feel, it's like the appetizer effect, right? I feel hungry after eating something light, so I try to not eat light. I just try to make sure that whatever I eat is going to make me not need to eat for a while. Although, I feel like most appetizers also just make me need to, like, make me feel hungry. Oh, hey, raise stacks. Cool. This is a very straightforward run, by the way, if you're wondering here. I'm not even gonna bother raising taxes right now. We'll just, oh yeah, 10-5, 10-5, cool. Very, very straightforward steel run. Nothing too crazy going on here. They offer it to me, I'm gonna take it. But yeah, that's why the other reservation I have about coffee, of course, is the whole oops, it's 8 AM and I'm not able to sleep right now, which was happening back around December, where I was having coffee and then I was like, wow, I can't sleep. It's 8 AM. I gotta go to bed. Those days were not nice. Just lay in there going, this fucking sucks. I think I'm going to drink less coffee in the future. But no, that's me right now. How about you? How are you doing? Hopefully good, hopefully well. You know the drill. I don't know. Nothing too crazy going on. It's very misty out since the last time we spoke in the previous episode. It looks like it might storm. However, looks like it might storm for like, I don't know, 24 hours, maybe a little longer, and yet it hasn't stormed. I was pretty sure we were going to see a big storm last night, however, nothing occurred. I should probably take this longsword. Yeah, I'm gonna take this longsword. There is no reason for me to skip out on him. He's pretty strong here. Longsword, more like strong sword, am I right? Give me the wall as well. There's also no reason for me to not take the wall, right? This is a problem that I faced too when I tried Kingdom Classic all those years ago when it came out. And the problem that I faced with it was I just didn't want to expand. Now, I think that in that game there was actual negatives to expanding, whereas in this game it's basically just positives, except for past the 4th wall. But for the most part, it is just, it's free. Like, I should be expanding. I think we're just gonna sit here and take houses. It is a fair point to make that I should maybe remove some of these worthless cards, right? Get rid of Potter, get rid of Cheese, get rid of Grain, get rid of Militia, and land ourselves in a position where if I drop the Infinite, we can recover it. However, I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna put my faith in myself to not throw this run. I would say, in steel runs, I would say I probably throw 1 in 5 by dropping my combo. Well, I probably drop my combo in about 1 in 5. Unintentionally, that is. Intentionally, I've dropped my combo a few times. But then in, like, probably 1 in 5 of those 1 in 5, it cost me the run. 1 in 25 runs? I don't know, do you think I've had 25 steel runs? That's a tough question. But when they offer me houses, I'm going to take them. The things that you have to look out for to not drop your steel runs is you have to make sure you don't hit the hand size limit, and you have to make sure that you don't buy or add a card during the redraw phase. We worked this out, right? You want Building Advisor? Yeah, because one of the Building Advisors is fucking Settler. Which is, and this is true, very, very good. Like, I would pose that Settler and Accountant are maybe 2 of the strongest advisors in this game. And by maybe, I mean, like, they are. And the reason is they're just universally good, right? You don't need anything to make... Nothing has to happen to make Settler good. Just getting 25% more population here is going to let me to have a much stronger army. The only argument you can make is if you're having a run that doesn't need population for whatever reason, and then it's like, sure, then Settler's bad, right? If you're doing a skill run, if you're doing a run where you're just offered so much population it doesn't matter, anything like that. But for the most part, like, this unit's nuts. I don't know why, like, is it just me, or does it feel like in the past when I do steel combo runs like this, I just never play out a bunch of guards? I don't know, it feels like it's been an eon since I've last done a big steel combo like this. It actually feels like it's been so long, and I do not know why. I could take Alchemy and throw the run away. That could be fun. But yeah, the one thing I like about steel runs too is I can just kind of bullshit with whatever I want to talk about. There's no real thinking in this run, right? I just play these 3 cards. I do feel like I have not done a steel run in a long time, but I don't know why, because I feel like we've just done one. I mean, it feels that way because of Leader Plus, right? Leader Plus doesn't have access to steel. So like, look at this casual run. We are at wave 14, I have 20 guards, we're just chilling. This one has been pretty fortunate though, right? We have a big population boom. Everything's looking really strong here right now. I'll look for... I'd take a random military card, but I think not. I feel like we haven't had any of the weird runs. Like, despite the number of runs we've done, I've only had one with, for example, I would like to do another defensive building run. Although, if you count the Golden Tower runs in Leader Plus, we've had a few more. Other than that, what else could I really... I wouldn't mind doing another skill run. However, those skill runs, they can cause... They do not occasionally... Occasionally, they do not spark. Evan, we can redraw this. I can eat it here. You know what I did that I didn't even mention? I've not mentioned this anywhere actually, but I watched a movie yesterday. Yeah, I know. I did. Isn't that crazy? But I don't ever watch movies. Right? I know. But I did. I watched a movie with my friend. He was like, hey, you want to watch a movie together? The last time we did this, we watched Dragon Ball Evolution. You may remember. I talked about it. That movie's really fucking bad. You should see it. Like, it is really bad. You should really see it. It's amazing. Like, it is amazingly bad. But we watched an actual good movie this time. He wanted to watch Howl's Moving Castle, which is a Studio Ghibli picture. And I gotta tell you, this movie is regarded as being well liked. I looked at some of the reviews, it's got like a 90% or something like that. I spent this entire movie just going, what the fuck is happening? Like, Ask me what Howl's Moving Castle is about. Ask me what that movie is about right now. Have you asked me? Like, I want you to say it out loud. I will wait. I can hear. I will use the magic of the internet to retrospectively hear when you ask me. Oh, what's Howl's Moving Castle about? I don't fucking know. I watched that whole 2-hour ass movie. My man, he's got a castle that moves, and also there's a curse, and but the curse can't be broken, but then the curse occasionally just disappears randomly, and like if you've seen this movie, if you're a big Studio Ghibli fan, please tell me what the fuck was going on. Give me a recap. What happened? What did I watch? Because I don't know, man. I don't know. He's a... You know, get ready for your Howl's Moving Castle spoilers. There's a little bit, but like I don't know if I could spoil this movie if I tried. But you know, the movie came out 16 years ago. My man, he's a bird man, but he's also like a demon, and his castle moves, and also there's Turnip Boy, and also in the background there's like a war going on, and cities are being bombed, but that doesn't really, like, that's not the main focus here. It's more about the but how I love you side of things, and Howl's like, but I'm a monster. I must turn into this monster that I did a deal with the devil to become this monster so that I could protect people. And then he fights on both sides of the war, and the house has a magic dial, and like, are you lost yet? Because I was very lost throughout the course of this movie. I would recommend seeing it because I just went like, what's going on here for the entire movie? It was good, like it was fun though. Like the movie Studio Ghibli movies are always going to be fun to watch because they're very pretty. Like they're very, very pretty movies. It's my second Ghibli film. We watched Princess Mononoke back in September, and that movie was good. I watched that as a like, hey, stream movie night. Who wants in? I made my Discord for that, and now my Discord is used for other things, like me telling you, hey idiots, I'm going live, or hey, you want to see me on the YouTube? Here's what's going on. So yeah. It was a good movie, very confusing, but still nice. And oh, it had a really nice cooking scene, because I think all of the Ghibli films have a nice cooking scene where it's like, hey, we're gonna make 6 eggs and 4 strips of bacon in a cast iron skillet, and you go, ooh buddy, that looks good. And then at the end of the movie I go, man, I want eggs for some reason. That's weird. What happened to cause me to desire eggs right now? I don't know. But I sure want them. Yeah, go pelvic thrust at me. See what happens, dude. Step on up, coward. This dude does not stand a chance. Yeah, look at that damage. This isn't quite Overseer levels of damage, but like, buddy, that's some... I think I'm just gonna start removing every card from the deck as I'm offered the removals now. I mean, I'm gonna take houses as well, but we're more or less settled here. These waves are not that scary. Our Steel Infinite has reached its apex. I'll upgrade Bannerat. Yeah, well. But yeah, other than that, I did also watch the Drew Carey show. I watched the first episode of that show because I've been meaning to watch that for like, I don't know, I think 3 months now, and it finally dawned on me on Friday to watch it. And the Drew Carey show, I don't know, man. I watched the first episode and I'm like, yeah, this isn't bad. But I wasn't like, yo, this is great. I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I'll probably watch more of it, but I wasn't really feeling it. I think I did something else with the rest of my night. And I'm not gonna go above 20. I think we're just gonna put out more Bannerats now. And I'm going to fire these waves off as fast as possible. You've seen the sub 30. Can we see the sub 20? Not really the sub 20, but I would like to see if I could land like a 25-minute run if I go as fast as possible here. Yeah, Drew Carey show though, I mean, what was the pilot about? I don't know. Drew Carey is Drew Carey, but he works in a department store, basically. That's the plot as far as I understand it. And yeah, someone calls him a sexist and then he goes and gets drunk at a bar with his friends. I don't know. It's sitcoms, and I'm starting to think maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm not meant to watch sitcoms anymore. Maybe I've outgrown my enjoyment of sitcoms. When I was younger, I liked sitcoms a lot. However, I don't really remember laughing at something like Friends. But then again, does anyone laugh at Friends? That's a good question. Like, Friends is good. I like watching it. However, I don't really remember it being that funny. Yeah, I'm not even gonna look at shops anymore. We're at 125 population. You know, you can tell we're strong because once I got the Steel Infinite going, I just got to take as many houses as I wanted, and we are in like 125 population territory. Great unit composition up here as well for our leaders, or our advisors, right? Commander, Messenger, even though he's broken right now, and Settler, and also the High Priestess. Easy house. But no, sitcoms, I haven't watched a sitcom in a while, to be fair. Like the Drew Carey show, I think this is the first one I've watched in recent memory. Let me think about it. No, that's not true. I watched a little bit of Dave, the sitcom that Lil Dicky put on. It's like, come on, it's probably finished with season 1 at this point. It came out in March, and I'll admit I was a Lil Dicky fan back in high school. I liked Professional Rapper. Although I gotta admit, I didn't really look. Professional Rapper, if you're into hip hop, Professional Rapper, you probably know. It's not very good. But in high school, I wasn't like, oh man, Lil Dicky, he's so funny. I actually hate the funny side of his raps, but I think that he's a pretty skilled artist when he's actually rapping serious. And so I was hoping that his next project was going to be moving away. Like, my hope in 2015 was Lil Dicky was going to put out a second album, and the second album was going to be more of a serious tone, and he was going to move his career in a different direction from there. And then instead of that, we got 5 years of nothing, and then he put out a sitcom. And like, you know what? Hell yeah, dude. Live your life. Make that sitcom. However, his sitcom was very much, like, I felt like it was mostly just cringe humor, where it's like, haha, look at this awkward situation, and then I go, yeah, I hate that. Hate that awkward situation a lot. And then I just turned it off halfway through the second episode, because like, I can't watch this. I cannot watch Lil Dicky write this is the premise of the second episode, and this is when I turned it off. Lil Dicky is a rapper, if you don't know. He's a funny rapper, and the show is about his experiences working up into becoming famous. Cool premise, right? He's a goofy guy. His walk to fame was probably not the most usual, right? Sure, I can get behind this. Episode 2, his girlfriend in the show is a kindergarten teacher, or maybe a first grade teacher, I don't know. My man, the second episode, someone in the kindergarten class, one of the kids, is like hit by a car and killed. Off screen, we don't watch this happen. And the crux of this episode is that the parents of the kid who died want him to write a song to be played at their son's funeral because their son was a big fan of Lil Dicky. And when I was hit with that premise, I went, oh, I'm turning this off. I can't watch this. I can't watch Lil Dicky make fun of a dead child. Even if that's not what's gonna happen, there's a chance that was what was gonna happen. And I went, no, I can't watch. I don't want to see this. Like, I don't know if that's the premise, right? I didn't finish the episode. My friend actually says that past episode 2 it gets better, but like, I don't want to see, man. I don't want to see. I will say though, I did laugh at that show. Don't press this button, by the way. This button is how you lose the run. Pressing the button right now is actually a really easy way to throw the run away. If these waves stack up on me like this, it could be bad. And by could be, I mean it's probably bad. Oh yeah, this one ends and then the next one begins basically right after. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they did hit me with a joke or two that I was like, hey, that was pretty funny. Like, because I've talked about my own humor before. I have to be, you have to catch me off guard. If I'm not like, slapstick doesn't do it for me. Sarcasm I've kind of outgrown. You have to, I need shock humor, but I don't like shock humor. You say you like shock humor and it's like, oh, this guy likes edgy humor, right? Because shock humor is often like, haha, dead babies. That shit's terrible. Like, that shit is god awful. It's not like, because the shock you have to catch me with also has to be funny. And just throwing in like something haha offensive is terrible. Like, it's not funny at all. It is ow. I should not have pressed the button. No. But every now and then one of those, like one of them, they catch me off guard and I go like, okay, you got me here. That's fair. That was a good one. Oof. That multi-attack, my man. Alright, and there you go. There you have it. Look at that. This is a sub 26 minute run. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave me a like. Subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.